We have failed as a society. What happened last week down in Buenos Aires at the Copa Libertadores round of 16s during the marquee encounter where most expected a fiercely fought, epic field battle between two historic rivals of the South American game, and instead what took place was something you'd expect seeing during prison yard riots in St. Quentin or Rikers Island. Chemical warfare. It's beyond reasonable or acceptable. Foreigners must look at us South Americans and laugh. Ignorant savages, they must think. And who can blame them? When the very existence of those inflatable tunnels that players go through, which during the Boca River match was sliced so thugs could assault the opposing players with acid spray, is an admittance of defeat in itself. It flat out states we cannot protect the individuals, the players, who provide us with the main element for us to enjoy our insatiable passion for football in the first place. Some are merely kids, our kids, sent to the hospital with first-degree burns. Hiding behind our lenses, screens, iPods, pads, and phones, we seem oblivious to the world outside. I'm no exclusion, but I am irate, hopelessly irate. It took Heysel and Hillsborough in the late 80s, plus targeting and policing thugs, to change the course of terrorist culture and similar issues in Europe for the best. I wonder how far things will go in South America or in Brazil, and especially Argentina. The problem goes far deeper beyond that what happens in the stands. It's rooted into the very politics of these failed societal states, where in football politics, bloodthirsty barra brava or torcida leaders roam at the very top, untouchable and seemingly invisible. And it doesn't take much to know that money, and especially power, in the wrong hands is catastrophic. Maybe a majority does feel the same as I do. And just like me, they feel as though little change can happen at this point, especially when those responsible for providing us with the spectacle, the leaders sitting up top, care for nothing much except what will pave the way or continue to funnel cash and power for their own personal agendas. It's too late for short-term solutions. We wouldn't cover a gaping wound with a Band-Aid. The same shouldn't be applied to our society. What we can do as a society is choose to make activism and education the #1 priority for our sons and grandchildren's generations, so that one day they can look back at this in awe, in disgust, as some of us did while sitting in class back in the day learning about dark moments in history. Because let's be frank, a society that stands indifferently, distracted, basically turning the other cheek when incidents like these happen time and time again, doing little to inform themselves in what's happening outside their own personal bubble, a society pre-programmed to accept these violent bouts of action in and outside the stadiums, to me, is the sheer representation of a failed society. For those few rotten apples at the Bombonera in Buenos Aires who tainted a spectacle with their brute ignorance, they caused their team, their beloved team, Boca Juniors, to be booted out of the competition, and sanctions resulting in playing 8 games, home and away, behind closed doors, plus a $200,000 fine. Wow, that'll definitely solve the issue. They say faith and hope moves mountains, and I truly hope and have faith that the greatest tool in life, the power of knowledge, instilled upon our future generations, will one day put these dreadful times to rest. Thank you, and until next time.